What's up, everybody? Happy Friday night. Am I coming in loud and clear? How's everybody doing this evening? Let me know if you can hear me. Obviously, you can see me. I just got out of the shower. I'm not wearing a hat. I like always wear hats. I don't care. What's up, everybody? Um, yeah, I was gonna have some time tonight because I don't know. Off work. Just got off work not long ago, and I was like, I didn't do an upload this week. And I mean, I did my short yesterday for Halloween 6, but I didn't do like an upload. And I was kind of like, I don't know, man. I was thinking about doing an upload. There were a few things I was thinking about doing, but like honestly, I'm like waiting until I start the Evil Dead stuff. And I didn't dye my hair. This is actually my hair. It's just yeah, I didn't dye. I've actually never dyed my hair. Never. Um, uh, yeah, yeah. Oh, awesome, Ethan. That's awesome. I hope you really enjoyed it. For whatever reason, StreamYard's not showing me how many people are in here. So chime in the live chat and just let me know you guys are here. But yeah, I figured why not? I've got some time. And but I want to wait because I wanted to do the Evil Dead. I'm gonna go through every movie again. I shouldn't even say again. I haven't gone through all of them on my channel before. I've talked about them in passing and everything like that. But yeah, I mean, I haven't really ever dived into them on here. So, but quickly, I want to say hello to everybody that has joined me so far this evening. We've got JDev. What's up, man? Nathan, Taylor, Russell, Mark, Saturn Video. What's up, man? Nathan, Josh, Ethan, Cosmic Urgency, Christina. Hey, what's up, everybody? Creasefold, what's up, brother? Yeah, there's some stuff I want to talk about tonight. I wanted to talk. JC, hello. Sebastian, hello. I know it's weird. You guys are like, it's Friday. He's streaming and he's by himself. I am. And I hope that's okay with you guys. I hope that's okay with you guys. Hey, what's up, buddy? Hey, Zeus, how you doing? Herbert. So yeah, there's a few things I want to talk about. Obviously, we're a month away from Evil Dead Rise. I actually want to say we're a little less than a month away. That's awesome. Blu-ray Addict, how you doing? And also, we still don't have an official announcement on Scream 7, which is weird. Kind of weird. Oh, okay. It is You'll Float 2, Cosmic Urgency. Yes. Y'all know I love It and It Chapter 2. I love them. I love them. I love the book. I love the 90s miniseries. I just love it. It's probably my favorite Stephen King story, although I really, really like Pet Sematary as well. Pet Sematary is gnarly, man. Watching it now as a dad, it's kind of hard. Like, I'm totally honest. The last time I watched it, I was like, and because my son is a little blonde boy, and he's a toddler. So it was really hard to watch it the last time I watched it. I was like, I don't know. This is hurting me. Kevin, no, I haven't seen John Wick 4 yet, but that's because I haven't seen any of the John Wick movies, and I already got lambasted at work by my crew about it today. So, because they were asking me the same thing. Like, you're the movie guy. Did you see it? I'm like, I actually haven't seen any of them. And they were like, what is wrong with you? What's up to Sean? Yeah, Ethan, it is very long. I read the entire thing. This is like 13 or 1400 pages. But yeah. So, and there's a few other things I want to talk about tonight too. Sean, thank you so much, my friend, sending in a little scratch to the chat. I appreciate that. Always appreciate your contributions and having you in here, buddy. I hope you're doing well. I haven't seen Yellow Jackets, but I kind of want to because I've heard that Jasmine Savoy Brown is really good in it. And after Scream 6, I kind of like her. And so, like, I don't know. And I wasn't a fan in Scream 5. So maybe I will. T. Parker, I didn't see that, but that would honestly be awesome. That honestly would be awesome. Because Ready or Not was great. And Samara Weaving, sign me up. Yeah, Pet Sematary too. A lot of people have a soft spot for that one. Yeah, I've still only seen that movie 2 times in my life. That's one of those movies that Christian has been like, you have to give that movie another chance. That's one of them that he wants me to give another chance. Book of Shadows is one that he wants me to give another chance. And Jason Goes to Hell. Book of Shadows I've only seen one time in my life, and I hated it. But a lot of people in the horror YouTube world are telling me, "Oh, you're missing something, man. You're missing." Oh, so Ben, it's funny you should mention that. I'll put that comment up there. Uh, I knew about this. Christian and I found out about this like 2 months ago. I don't. I'm not gonna say who told us. I don't know. If you know the podcast, you know you probably know who. I'm not going to confirm or deny, even if you guess it. But yeah, we got confirmation a few months ago, and I was talking to somebody with a news horror news site about it a few months back, and he reached out to Blumhouse to ask if he could announce it, and they were like, no, we don't want that information out there yet. In exchange for you not running an article on it, we'll go ahead and give you access to cast and crew interviews. So we had gotten it confirmed a few months back. But yeah, I'm excited for it. You can't do a requel, especially if you're bringing back Ellen Burstyn without Reagan. You know what I mean? Like, the movie was just as much about Reagan, if not more so about Reagan, than Ellen Burstyn's character. So yeah, I think it was necessary. Creasefold, thank you so much for the $2 super chat, man. I appreciate it. Are you excited for Welcome to Derry? Dude, I am so excited. I am so excited. I need to get the official announcement that Bill Skarsgård is back. Like, obviously, I feel like he's going to be back. You know, Muschietti's involved. He's actually directing the pilot episode. Like, so, like, yeah, I shouldn't worry, I guess, but like, just give me that announcement so I can like sleep at night because I love Skarsgård in the role. But yeah, man, I am freaking pumped. And if you've read the book, there is so much history that they can dive into in this prequel series. Like, so it actually feels organic. I don't feel like it doesn't feel forced to kind of milk more money out of this thing. So I'm very excited. Thank you very much for the super chat, my friend. Yeah, Unita was awesome this week. And JC, I liked Blair Witch 2016. I really liked it, actually. The third act, I think, is super strong. I just think that it's I don't know, it does claustrophobia well. It shows some cool stuff that we hadn't got to see, which I believe Simon Barrett has gone on to say that that's not the witch that you see, the creature thing you see like twice. But I liked it. I really did like it. I own it. I enjoy it. Yeah, two great guests. Yep. Christian was able to wrangle in Elliot, and I was able to wrangle in Daniel Farrens. And we were like, screw it, let's do 2 episodes this week, which is kind of been weird. The viewership has they're both still over 1,000 views, I think, which is usually our low point is like 1,000 for an episode. But it's weird because I feel like people are like, well, shit, like, which one do I watch first? And you know what I mean? So, but yeah, it's been awesome. It's been awesome. I've really, really enjoyed it. I loved talking to Daniel Farrens, and I was actually, Daniel and I were chatting last night, and you know, we were getting into some other stuff, you know, not podcast related. He's a really nice guy. Like he really, really is. We were talking about other stuff. And he just randomly was like, hey, you know, I'd love to come back on. You know, if you guys would have me sometime. And I was like, what do you mean if we would have you? You wrote Halloween 6. Like, yeah, yes, come on whenever you want. Like, don't even ask. Just like when you see us live or something, you know, just shoot me a message and go, hey, send me the link, bro. So yeah, we're gonna have him back on. I really, really like talking to him. He was just a genuine guy. There was a little bit of a delay because he was using his phone and he was mobile, I think. So from what he told us. So at some points, like some of the comments were like, oh, you know, a few times you guys were talking over each other. It happens sometimes. I mean, that's just technology. Like it is what it is. So yeah. Yeah, I feel sorry for him too. I really, really do. But you know what? That film has really garnered a cult following, and good. And Daniel has never really been blamed for how any of that went, nor should he have been. So it's been awesome. Kevin, I'm pretty sure you can find it online. I have read it. It's vastly different than what you get, especially in the theatrical cut. But I liked it. I liked it. That's why, like, some people will stick up for the producer's cut. And don't get me wrong, I totally get it. Like, the producer's cut has a lot of merit, and it is closer to Daniel's vision than the theatrical cut. Absolutely. but it's still nowhere near Daniel's vision. I think that his vision would have been the best version of that movie. I'll just say that. I really, really do. But I'm sure you could find it online somewhere. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't even. It was sent to me years ago when I was on the Halloween message board. Was anybody in the chat right here, or anybody watching on the playback? Comment down below, or let me know in the live chat. Were any of you guys on the Halloween message board? Any of you at all? There was a message board. It was ohmb.net, which meant official Halloween message board.net, obviously. And that thing was like, man, that thing was a Halloween fan's wet dream. There were threads for every movie, and there were different like sub threads for every movie. And man, we would talk like it was even like there was a thread in Halloween Fives forums that was called Dr. Loomis is a Dick, and it was just people going in, giving funny little things that Loomis did throughout the series as to why he's a dick. And like, I remember one of them was like, he parked in a handicap spot in the original Halloween, which is true. It is true. And it was stuff like that. So man, the Halloween message board, those days were awesome. Hey, what's up? What's up? Julian Supreme Rin, what's up? Would I like to see Tarantino's? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's kind of like with Carpenters. Like I think they could have done something cool, but I don't know. I feel like we got the best version of that movie that we were going to get. I really do. Like whether it's the producer's cut or the theatrical, whichever cut you prefer, I still think either one of those cuts are better than the other pitched ideas that we had, like Carpenter's pitch. So I know some of you guys that watched the podcast episode, you probably didn't even know about Carpenter's idea and all of that. It was not great. It really was not great, and I'm glad it didn't happen. For me, Carpenter was really just in it because he wanted the money again. I don't know, because he hated Halloween at that point. Like everybody knows that. So, yeah, I think we got the best version of that movie we could get. But so yeah, a few other things before we get into some topics. I wanted to say that I'm going to start back up what I was doing on my Patreon, which is doing once a week, doing like an audio only review of a movie. And they were usually about half-hour episodes, but they were pretty in-depth like reviews. I have one on there for Pet Sematary, The Conjuring 2. I mean, honestly, with just like work and having a kid and stuff, I really just I wasn't finding the time. It's already hard enough sometimes to like keep up with the content like on YouTube, and then adding more content for Patreon can be hard sometimes. But I want to. And I need to, because the fact that some of you guys, became patrons and just, donate a little bit here and there every month, it does mean a lot. And I want to repay that. I want to pay that forward. So that'll be back starting next week. I don't know the movie yet, though. I don't know the movie I'm going to do yet, but it'll be back next week. And yeah, Ben, I am excited for Thanksgiving. It'll give me a horror movie to watch around Thanksgiving. And it's Eli Roth. So it's going to be gross. And yeah, Patrick Dempsey, yeah, man, I'm in. Who's the other lead? It was Patrick Dempsey, and who was the girl? I'm trying to remember who the female lead was. Let me know. As soon as you say it, I'm going to be like, of course. How did I forget that? And that's one thing that we need. More Thanksgiving themed horror movies. We have plenty of Christmas. We have plenty of Halloween. But where the Thanksgiving? Where? We even have Valentine's Day ones, and like birthday and New Year's Evil and stuff. So yeah. Yeah, I think he honestly wanted to kill it. Like, he wanted the paycheck of, here, pay me. I want the rights back so I can make the residuals from the previous movies. I do think that was part of it, because even if he'd killed the franchise, he wanted more of a cut of the pie, having the rights to himself. And I also think he did want them to stop making sequels. So it was like a win-win for him. Very glad it didn't happen. Very glad it didn't happen. I love John, but after Halloween 3, well, that's not true. I did like his idea for 4, but once the idea for 4 with him didn't work out with Mustafa, I think at that point forward, he was like, kill it, burn it. And kind of glad we didn't get that because I mean, say what you will about the franchise. A lot of people say, "Oh, it's ran on too long. Why do they keep making sequels?" God, come on, guys. There's good. These sequels are going to be for someone. That's how it always is. There's going to be sequels that, there's going to be sequels that it's always going to find an audience, I guess. Yeah, Julian, we are bringing Ashley Lawrence onto the podcast. I guess we should update you guys about that. So I got in contact with Ashley through a friend of Ashley's that actually stumbled upon the podcast episode we did for Hellraiser 2. And she reached out and said she wanted to be a part of the podcast. So then I followed back up with Ashley, and she was like, basically the gist of the conversation was like, would love to do it. Let me get back to you in a few weeks with a set schedule because she said she's got some things going on right now, but that we'd be in touch and whatnot. And that was facilitated through Antoine, who's a viewer of the channel and the podcast. So again, shout out Antoine. I appreciate that. Yeah, she will be coming on. I made that announcement like prematurely just to be like, oh my God, we're getting her on the podcast. I didn't mean for that to get taken as like next week. Like, no, it'll be a few weeks, maybe a month or so, but it'll happen soon. It'll happen soon. And I'm excited for that. Cannot wait. Ashley Lawrence, super underrated final girl. Super underrated. And the most attractive, I think, in my opinion. So I'm excited to talk to her. Yes, we do need Easter horror for sure. Only 3 last night. Yeah. I was actually going to ask some of you guys, did that podcast episode make any of you rewatch 6? I almost did last night and I didn't. But I was wondering, when after you guys watched it, were you like, man, I got to watch 6 now? No matter the cut, just if you guys watched it. Kevin, don't threaten me with a good time. I would die to have him on the podcast. Die. And I know Christian would too. We're both big fans, like, period. I know a lot of people are detractors of his, and I mean, that's fine. And I don't think it would ever happen. Rob would be a guy that you would, 1, have to pay, of course, and 2, I just don't think he'd want to talk about Halloween, which would be fine, I guess. Not really, though, because I'd want to talk about Halloween too. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, I like Blood Rage. Yes, but, like, there aren't a ton, is what I'm saying. Got too tired. I feel that. Christina watched it. Yeah, see, I knew it would make some people want to watch it. Christian was saying he was going to watch it, but I don't think he did because he would have posted it to his Instagram story. He posts everything to his Instagram story. I also know he's going live later. I didn't want my stream to overlap with his, so I went live as soon as I got home. I took a shower and then wanted to do it right after that. But yeah. So again, before we get into some topics, guys, become a patron. If you haven't yet, you can become a patron for just $1 a month. And it gives you early access to every Unita episode. Every episode of the podcast gets put on there early, at least like 5 or 6 hours early, sometimes an entire day early. So you have access to the podcast. And then, like I said, I'm also starting back up my Matinee Madness audio review series. I have a few episodes backlogged on there, and it's $1. I'm a patron of a few people on YouTube simply just because it's like $1, and it's just a way to support them and stay up to date with what they're doing. I appreciate that. I haven't seen that. I have not seen that Cosmic Urgency. Ooh, okay. I hear you. I got you. Might have to check that out. I've actually, I don't know if I've ever even heard anybody talk about that. I'm sure Christian's seen it. He's seen everything, even the $5 Ben Walmart stuff, which I have a few of those movies. Actually, believe it or not, that was going to be one of the videos I was thinking about doing this week. I was thinking about doing an upload. I found that movie. I've told you guys about it on live streams before. A movie that I found years and years ago at the Walmart like bargain section that was like, it's called Jack-o'-lantern. I've never met another person that's seen the movie. Never. So if any of you have, please let me know. And I was thinking about doing an upload and be like, this is the biggest piece of turd ever. Blu-ray, I love 5. I love 5. Well, see, that would require me seeing Scream 6 again. And I almost have twice. I almost have twice. The last 2 weeks, actually, both weeks, it was Thursday after work. I had nothing to do, and I was like, should I go see Scream 6? Last week, I said no because I was super tired. So I went home and I took a nap. That's just the truth because I don't really get to do that much over the weekends when my kids with me, and Friday and Saturday I work 11, 12-hour days both days. And then this past Thursday I didn't because what was the reason? Why didn't I yesterday? Oh yeah, because I left work a little bit later than I normally do, and I'm actually in the process of rewatching Stranger Things season 4. Just I don't know, I just kind of want to, but I'll catch Scream 6 again in theaters probably next week. Honestly, uh, I think third time will be the charm. But yeah, so a couple topics, guys. First, let's talk about Evil Dead Rise. Really, really excited for this movie. Obviously, over the next few weeks, you guys are going to see uploads on my channel dedicated to Evil Dead. I know it's not as big of a franchise as Halloween or Scream or Nightmare or Friday or anything like that. So the viewership has never really been there. Anytime I've done anything Evil Dead related. But I don't care. I'm just going to go for it. Um, September, October are always my best months for my channel because YouTube's algorithm has put me as a Halloween guy. They just have. And that's okay, I guess. Whatever. It is what it is. But so I'm gonna do it anyway. But I just want to know, are you guys gonna watch? Like, are you guys interested in a revisited review series for the Evil Dead movies? Yeah, I actually am, Mark. By the way, I hope you don't mind that I call you by your first name. If you want me to call you Saturn, I will. But yeah, I actually am. I'm like halfway through season 1 right now. I have no form of there's no consistency with what I watch. Like one day I'll be rewatching Stranger Things, and then the next day I'll pick back up where I was on Ash versus Evil Dead, and the next day I'll watch a random movie like I don't know, Halloween Ends or something. Like it's just like that for me. I really don't. I really don't. There's no method to my madness, I guess. You should give Army of Darkness another watch. It is incredible. Oh, hello, Danny. Yes, it is very underrated. Incredibly underrated. And that's crazy too, because like all the movies are so good. Like at worst, very solid movies. But yeah, you could be the Saw guy. I think I'm going to, Ben. I'm actually very excited for that movie. So I was one of the Scream guys last month. I'll be an Evil Dead guy next month, and October I'll be a Saw guy. Yeah, I'm excited. There's a lot of good ones. But yeah, I mean, I hope you guys are excited to watch that because like sometimes people don't understand. Like doing uploads sometimes, especially when you're putting in media in there, and sometimes even like voiceover and all that kind of stuff, it can take a few hours to edit a video. And when nobody watches it, and I say nobody, like if only I get a few hundred views or whatever, like it's not the end of the world, but it's kind of a bummer because it's like, man, I put a lot of effort into that one and it just didn't seem to hit. So I hope you guys watch it. And I hope that you will watch the Evil Dead movies again leading up to Evil Dead Rise. But as far as Evil Dead Rise goes, Evil Dead Rise is getting rave reviews from everyone that has seen it. It was obviously screened at South by So What last week. It's got I believe last time I checked, it was 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. There wasn't a rotten review. I think the lowest I saw was like 3.5 stars out of 5. Like everybody's raving about it. And the one thing that I keep coming back to with this movie that I keep thinking of, that all these people keep saying, is this movie was made for theaters. Like apparently the South by So What festival crowd was just insane. Like interacting with the movie, a bunch of people saying like this movie was made for theaters, and your theater's gonna be rocking basically, and that's awesome. I seriously can't wait because Evil Dead 2013, I had heard stories about that. I didn't see that in theaters. I was 19. I don't know why I didn't, but I just didn't. Well, that was a weird time in my life. Yeah. That it wasn't that I wasn't interested. I've kind of told this story in passing. I had just gotten uh oh yeah, South by Southwest. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, I just worked 11 hours. My brain's fried. Forgive me. Um but I had just gotten out of a 2-year relationship and quit my job and was in a crippling depression at that time. So that's why I didn't go to see it. If you guys must know. Um, yeah, I am too. I am too. It has always deserved it, and it scored so high with test audiences that Warner Brothers backtracked. They made the right decision, and they're like, let's put it in theaters. I'm gonna go on record right now, guys, and some of you guys will be like, "Well, that's not hard." Like, of course, look where horror's at right now. But it's a first for Evil Dead. I'm gonna say this is gonna be the first Evil Dead movie to make $100 million plus worldwide. Probably not domestically, but it's gonna make over 100 million worldwide, and that's gonna be so good for the franchise. And maybe, hopefully, it brings in new people. Evil Dead has always been one of the better horror franchises, one of the most consistent, and it deserves more love. It really, really does. So, yeah, I'm excited. Hey, what's up, Dalton? Yeah, well, they're still trying to beat that dead horse about streaming is the future. I think at this point it's kind of been proven. No, I mean, yeah, we love the convenience of streaming, but movie theaters aren't dead. Put a good movie out there, and people are going to go see it. Um, yeah, I mean that's just the way it is. Word of mouth I think is most important now. Isn't it crazy? Like I remember years ago, there was always this sentiment, and I think there still is to a degree of like, I don't listen to critic reviews. I don't look at those scores. Like that's just one person's opinion, and like I'm not going to let that color my opinion. I don't think that's true for mass audiences, though. I really don't. And it's crazy because like I would have said for the longest time it was true, but I don't think it is. And I think we've seen a lot of examples of that over the years, especially recently. I mean, look at one Morbius, horrible reviews, and after a decent opening weekend, it fell off the face of the earth. Halloween Ends, after lukewarm to negative reviews, it had a good opening weekend and fell off the face of the earth. Now, part of that had to do with Peacock, but still, I mean, and then movies that have great word of mouth. Top Gun Maverick, a sequel to the movie that's 30 some odd years old, but incredible reviews, and it had legs like no other. It just kept making money. Scream 6, good reviews, and it's going to be the first Scream movie since what, Scream 2 to make 100 million plus domestically. That's a big freaking deal. That's a big deal. So I do think that there is some truth to that. And I think sometimes that's why filmmakers get annoyed at bad reviews, and they're like, "Oh, you don't understand how hard it is to make a movie." I understand their plight. I do. But at the same time, that's part of the game, so I don't really know where I side with that. Like, I don't think critics are trying to say they can make their movie better than you. I think they're just trying to say you didn't do a very good job. Now, having said that, just being a dick to be a dick is, I don't know, you know, I don't know. It is what it is. Whatever. Critics can be assholes, and sometimes filmmakers can be a little stuck up, and so both can be true, and I think both are. Usually, the ones you find doing that more are the filmmakers that made a movie that a lot of people are saying isn't very good. So maybe they're a little defensive. I don't know, but yeah. But yeah, so Evil Dead Rise, I'm super stoked for that. Basically, what I like with Scream, what I'll be doing for it is I'm going to I'll see ya. Who's leaving, Blu-ray or Sebastian? Whichever one of you guys is leaving. Have a good night. But yeah, I'll be seeing it the Thursday that it comes out. What's up, JDev? And obviously, I'll do a spoiler-free review right out of the theater, and then I'm going to do a spoiler stream that weekend, just like Scream. And then leading up to it, I'll revisit the 4 movies. Maybe I'll do a video on the show. I just don't know because it is 3 seasons, so it's a lot of content. I am rewatching the show, but I don't know if I will. maybe I'll give my thoughts overall on the show in a video. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, so Evil Dead Rise, I hope you guys go out and check it out in the theater. I really, really do. If you're someone that's like lukewarm on Evil Dead, or yeah, go see it. I really hope you go see it because I do. It looks really good. Man, I cannot say enough how awesome that trailer was. Oh, I mean, it's just awesome. I love that trailer so much. And seeing it on the big screen before Scream 6 was just so incredible. Like, so incredible. Um, I haven't even watched the trailer for that, Russell. I really haven't. Somebody at work actually asked me about that the other day. He thought it was the new Exorcist movie. I was like, oh no, 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 that's not the new Exorcist movie. He's like, oh, I watched the trailer. It looks okay. Um, I don't know, guys. I'm getting a little jaded now with these exorcism movies. There's just so many of them, and I think a lot of them aren't good. Like the Conjuring universe does it well. Obviously, The Exorcist and Exorcist 3 are great examples of doing it well. And then you have movies like, I didn't watch it, but I didn't hear great things about it. What was that exorcism movie that came out a few months ago? It was like January or something. That went out like with a whimper. Um, yeah, yeah, we'll see. It's just maybe if it gets decent reviews, maybe I'll check it out. You know, if some of my friends see it and they have nice things to say about it, maybe I'll check it out. But I'm not rushing out to go see it. That's for sure. Yeah, they are leaving Netflix, but I have the Groovy collection, so I have it all on Blu-ray. So that's how I'm watching it, at least. Pray for the Devil, yes, Russell. Even my buddy Rudy, who is not here in the chat right now, which is surprising me, although you're probably watching right now on the playback. Hey, Rudy. Um, I think that even he was like, it wasn't very good. It was a fun enough time, I guess. It was okay, but like, you don't need to go check it out. So yeah, I'm kind of. Insidious is good too. Insidious is good too. Yep. Yeah, they did take Salem's Lot's date, and which is weird because I know some people were worried um, about Salem's Lot. No, it doesn't have a release date yet, Blu-ray. However, I will just tell you guys this: I've spoken to a few people that are privy to the test screening reaction for Salem's Lot. It is tested well every time, and it is screened like 5 or 6 times. So I'm really confused. Oh, what's up, Sean? Thank you for becoming a patron. I just got the notification across the top of my screen. Thanks, buddy. Um, it got really good like responses from all the test screenings, and like Evil Dead Rise. So I wonder if Warner Brothers is trying to have a 1-2 punch this year. And if you ask me, I think that's what's happening. When Evil Dead Rise and Salem's Lot both got really good results at test screenings, I think they're trying to go, okay, we'll put this one out, first quarter, second quarter of the year, the next one out in the fall, and really just rake up the money. And they're probably going to do just that, if I had to guess. That's awesome, JDev. Yeah, I still need to see it for my second time. I do. Yeah, no, Blu-ray, that is a pretty big reason. I just it is really the Conjuring universe. That's what New Line cares about right now, which is totally fine because I like the Conjuring universe mostly, and it is very successful. But if that's the case, New Line, just give the rights to somebody else. Like, I want to see Freddy again. I do. I really, really do. And I think it has to be a fall release too. October, early October, or like late September, before Saw 10. Like, because I want Saw 10 to do really well. I really, really do want Saw 10 to do really, really well. What's up, a drummer? I yes, I will see it. That is Ari Aster, right? Like that's his. Yeah, I loved Hereditary. You guys know that. I was not a fan of Midsummer or Midsommar. I don't, however you pronounce it. I know people say both. But I really like Joaquin Phoenix, And I know Aster has shown me that he's got some technical skills, especially with Hereditary. And even though I wasn't a big fan of Midsummer, there's some technically really good stuff in that movie. So I think I think I will. Hey, Sean, I would join it. I would join it. So yeah, Evil Dead Rise, and then we talked about Scream 7. I guess we can talk about it a little bit more, and just kind of like dig into what exactly is going on. I saw somebody comment in the live chat a little bit earlier that they think that basically Paramount Spyglass they're waiting to see what Radio Silence are going to do. Look, if I'm Paramount and Spyglass, you strike while the iron's hot, of course, because Scream 6 is doing very, very well. Um, I mean, it's probably going to end its. It'll get close to 200 million. It will not make 200 million, but it'll get closer to 200 than to 150. I'll say that. It's going to be like 170, 180 worldwide when it's done. So you want to strike while the iron's hot. Having said that, though, maybe film in the fall or winter and have it come out next fall, late summer, early fall, year and a half in between. That way Radio Silence can still do Escape from New York and you don't have and Scream 7. That's what I would do. Personally. Sean, I have actually heard from I've actually heard from somebody that has read the script, and then people that have obviously I don't know, because they haven't seen a cut of the movie yet. It hasn't screened or anything yet, but a lot of people involved are saying that it's really good, actually. Bringing a lot of the elements back from the first three movies that people really loved, whether that be characters, motivations, traps. I think it's going to be good. I really, really do. I wasn't a big fan of Spiral. I didn't hate it, but it's one of those movies that I was just like, it happened. You know what I mean? Okay, that was a movie. Jigsaw, I hated. I think that movie is bad. I really do think that movie is bad. And the final chapter is fun. I like Carrie Elway's coming back. Like, it's fun, but it's not very good. The last good Saw movie was Saw 6. That's just a fact. Everyone since then has been mediocre at very best. So, not a high bar, if it's just decent, that's a step up. So, actually, Dalton, I got confirmation that this takes place between 1 and 2, not 2 and 3. This is taking place between Saw 1 and Saw 2. And the game is going to have to do with a guy that is, one of those miracle cure guys, sells miracle cures to people. And the game is going to take place in a hospital. That's what I know about it. Costas Mandylor is back as Hoffman. Obviously, you have Shawnee Smith back as Amanda, Tobin Bell. I think it's got the makings to be really good. It really, yeah, it's 1.5. Yes. What are your thoughts on the Predator franchise? The first one is great. It really, really is. Predator 2, I've never been a fan of. And I know a lot of people. The idea of having the Predator in a city is really cool. Like, seriously, it is really cool. I just think it was not executed well at all. Predators, I thought was decent. I liked it. I like the cast, and I thought it was a nice little spin on the property. The Predator, Shane Black's The Predator, I thought was easily the worst in the series. Just, it was a very, very bad movie, in my opinion. And Prey, I really, really liked. I would say I'm more of an Alien person, personally. I love Alien. I love Aliens. I have a soft spot for the assembly cut of Alien 3. Not a big fan of Alien Resurrection. I love Prometheus. And I thought that Alien Covenant was pretty good. And the AVP movies, the first one is fun. It's just pure fun, and it was cool to see them fight. Requiem sucks. It sucks. Which is just a bummer, because the Pred Alien idea is so cool. But, if they could have just lit the movie better so I could see the fucking Pred Alien, that would have been awesome. But they couldn't even do that. Bad script, bad acting, and I couldn't even see the Pred Alien. So, yeah. Um, Skinamarinka's ass. I agree. I agree. Nicholas. Oh, that's your name. All right. Now I know your name. Prey was fantastic. Prey is uh, easily the best, in my opinion, since the first movie in that series. And you know what's funny, guys? After that movie came out, I remember Christian kind of taking me to task a little bit, and he was like, "Yeah, I liked it, but like, it's not the best sequel. There's no like Predator 2 is blah 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 blah." Guess what? Now he's kind of changed his tune. We were talking about it a few weeks ago. He's like, "Dude, Prey is like really good. I liked it when I first saw it, but man, it's really good." Um, and he was like, "I think it might actually be my favorite one since the original." And I'm like, "Yeah, I agree." Um, Yeah, Alien Romulus will be cool. I know that's just the working title. We don't know if that's going to be the actual title, but yeah, Fede Alvarez, sign me up, dude. Love him. Put Carl on the stream. Where is Carl? I think he's eating his bone. I got him a bone a few days ago. I hear him munching, I think, in my bedroom. Yeah. You don't want that, man. We have the same name. That's wild. That's wild. Hugo, this whole time, we've had the same name. Yeah, and I get that. I get that, man. I don't think Predator 2 is like bad. Like I have a fun time with it, but it's stupid. Yeah. So like, yeah, and I like movies like that a lot, a lot of movies like that. So yeah, no, I totally get that. But yeah, and Russell, it was too dark. It was too dark. But yeah, so but anyway, yeah, Scream 7. Like that's what I want to see. You know, take 6 to 9 months, let Radio Silence do their thing with Escape from New York, and then uh, film it, have it come out in the back half of next year. That's still soon enough. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. And yeah, but Predators, I liked Predators. I did like Predators. I've noticed a lot of people in the Alien franchise fandom, like Prometheus is a hot button issue, and I don't understand it. Like, I thought it was a really cool origin story. I really, really did. Like, I love Prometheus. I really, really love Prometheus. Um, a big reveal in Scream 7. I don't think it's going to be Stu, guys. I do believe that Stu could be alive, and I want it to be, but I don't think it's going to happen. I really don't. As much as I'd love it. And would it make complete sense? No, but it's Scream. Come on. Let's just call it like it is. But yeah, I'd love for it to be Stu, but it is not going to be Stu. Dalton, I'm going to get around to it. I was just talking earlier, I haven't seen the first three, so I'm going to watch them probably over this next week or so. And if I really enjoy them, I'll probably go catch it in theaters. I really will. It's getting really good reviews and it's making a ton of money. Do you think Gail will die? No, I think at this point, Gail's not going to die. I don't think she's going to die. I think they decided to kill off one legacy cast member, and that was Dewey. And yeah, I think Gail's safe. If she was going to die, she would have died at this point. We're 6 movies in. You know what I mean? I feel the same way about Sydney. Also, I mean, it's no secret that Nev has said she will not do a Scream movie if Sydney dies or becomes Ghostface. So you know if Nev's in Scream 7, she will not be Ghostface, and she will not die. She's already said that. So, yeah, I feel like at this point, they're both safe. Yeah, no, I hear you, man. Like there are a lot of inconsistencies with the lore, and it focuses more on like the engineers, and it's not really even about so much the established alien storyline, so to speak. But I think it's gorgeous, and I think it asks some cool questions. You know, like as humans, like we want to find our maker. We want answers. I think all of us desire that in some way. I really do. I hope so, Kevin. I hope so. I really do. But yeah, oh yeah, someone in the core 4 is dead. DED, dead. I spelled that right. So yeah. But yeah, guys, let's open this up for a little bit. I want you guys to ask me questions. I want you to ask me questions. Y'all in the live chat, ask me questions, come with comments, concerns, anything you want to talk about before y'all get ready to probably watch Christian stream tonight. Yeah, which I'm not invited to. I'm just kidding. He actually has told me anytime I ever want to join him when he's streaming that I can. I'm going to be playing Doom Eternal. Doom Eternal. Yes. Yeah. I bought the 2 campaign expansion packs because I beat the campaign and I found out there was expansion packs and I was like, oh my God. So I'm playing those now. Fun game. Fun game. Take place in a stab movie set. Linda Blair? Yes, Nick, she is. Yep. She is. I said earlier, I knew Christian and I were told about that like 2 months ago. We were told to keep quiet about it. So we did. But yeah. Well, I DM'd a couple people. I'll be honest. I didn't say who told me the info, but I did DM a few people. Whatever. Let's see. Are you buying The Exorcist 3 4K? Yeah. Are the posters behind you originals from actual movie theaters or reprints? So my Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 is an original. My Halloween Kills is not. Halloween 5 is not, and 2 is not, and 3 is not. But my Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 is an original. My Rob Zombie's Halloween is an original. And my Halloween Resurrection is original. And yeah, I don't have that one framed yet, but I do have a Resurrection one. Do you think... Ooh, we got some questions coming in here now, guys. Do you think Donnie is Ghostface because he looks suspicious? Danny? I don't know. I don't think they'll do that. I really don't. Where would I like to see Scream 7 take place? Bro, I don't care what anybody says. Let's go Scream 3 again. Let's go to Hollywood. No, realistically, probably Woodsboro. Probably Woodsboro. But you got to find an organic reason for them to be back in Woodsboro. You know, because they just started college. Why would they already be done with college like a year or two later? So, yeah. Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. You like Doom Eternal as well. Yeah. Yeah, my brother is actually playing the Resident Evil 4 remake right now. I loved that game when that came out years and years ago. So I actually might get that too because I really liked that game. But yeah, having fun with Doom Eternal. I'm almost done with Ancient Gods Part 2, which means I'll be done with the campaign, and I'm kind of bummed about it because I've really liked the story. I'm sorry to hear that, Sarah. I hope you're doing okay. What would you want the story for 7 to be, and how would you put the characters together again, along with Sydney? Honestly, what I want the story to be really is just I want this to have been somebody behind it, at least since 5, you know, and it's all coming to a head. I want there to have been a puppet master this entire time in this trilogy, and I want it to be personal. Like, all right, and now it's up to me, the person that was pulling the strings, to try to finish the job myself. And I think Sydney can be brought back in because I think you kill Tara, personally. Do I want to see her die? No, I love Jenna Ortega, but I don't think they're going to kill Gail. But if they're going to, killing Gail or Tara would bring Sydney back. So one of them will die and Sydney will come back, and I'm excited. I hope. Omni, everything, I'm doing all right. I hope you're doing well. Oh my goodness. Y'all are killing me. There's so much. I love it. What's up, Cody? Yes. Have I ever met Rob Zombie? I freaking wish, man. I freaking wish. No, I haven't. Love the man. Can't wait. How do you think Scream Factory will do Rob Zombie's Halloween? Do you think they'll do Rob Zombie's Halloween? I don't know if it'll be Scream, but I do think this is the year. Which means I'm probably going to be wrong. Where do you buy your posters from? Well, my Rob Zombie's Halloween poster I got at my theater. When they were taking them down, I had asked for it ahead of time, the theater that I saw that movie at. So it's got a special place in my heart. But a lot of times, what is it, postershop.com, I think. think that's what it's called, and just Amazon. Yeah, Hollywood would be great. What about a Scream film during Christmas? Yeah, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. I don't like the whole. There was this whole poster design going around from I think it was Creepy Duck Art that it was like, okay, what about this? The core four trapped in a snowed-in cabin and Ghostface. No, thank you. Um, four people in your movie, your body count's not going to be very high. One, two, you literally remove all of the mystery of a Scream movie of the who done it because oh well, our cast is here and it's none of them obviously. So you know what I mean? No thanks. But I'd like it. A Christmas one. What horror movie do you wish had more merch, shirts, and figures? Oh man. Christian and I were talking about this the other day. The Leprechaun needs more. Leprechaun needs more. I don't care what anybody says. Leprechaun needs more. But honestly, I think Hellraiser too. Like the franchise in general. I really do. I really do think Hellraiser gets kind of the short shrift sometimes too. How big is your TV? And it is not. That's a good question. I don't know. I think it's like 52 inches, I think. The one I have out here in my family room, and the one in my room is like 36, I think. I don't know. I bought it years ago. I'm actually getting a new TV soon. So, will anyone ever continue the Halloween 3 storyline? You damn right. It's going to happen. I'm telling you right now, it's going to happen. And when Christian and I talked to Sean Clark about it, he told us the same thing. He thinks that's going to happen. And he also told us that Malik Akkad is already talking to people about how to continue this series in some ways. He's like, oh yeah, he's never stopped. Like there might be a break because he's going to find a new business partner or just totally finance it himself and distribute it himself. But yeah, it's going to happen. Yes, Maxine starts filming in like 2 weeks. I'm really, really excited. Sarah, the plan is for me to go. The plan is for me to go to age 45, but it costs a lot of money. So send your super chats here, y'all. Kidding, but I'm not. Happy early birthday, Nathan. I'm sorry to hear that, Omni. But hey, it's positivity here. It's positivity here. I'm your friend, and I'm an ally. So come on in here. What's up, Akeem? How you doing, brother? I don't want Tara to die. No. Do you listen to the talk? I have listened to a few episodes of it. I love Scout and Danielle, and I want them on our podcast so bad. And guys, like, let's be honest. Let's call a spade a spade. You need is not small. We're not small. We've gotten some pretty good guests. We get no less than 1,300 views on YouTube for every episode, not including the hundreds we get on Apple and Spotify and everything. So we get like 2,000 to 3,000 views on average altogether for every episode. We have some episodes that are over 5,000. Like, it's not a small podcast. So hopefully they notice us soon enough. We'd love to have them. I mean, we would. It'd be an honor. Let's see. Have you seen the August Underground? I haven't. I have not. Is it any good? Is it any good? Oh, so does Christian. Tickets to see him. I'm sure you're excited. Nev Campbell, dude, I freaking wish, and I'd pay her too. I'd pay her. Who would I want to meet and hope to meet? I got to meet Tom Atkins. He's getting very old, and I want to meet him before he passes away. The plan is to have Jamie Lee there. I should let you guys know that now. Sean Clark said the plan is for her to be there, but they have not worked out the logistics. So he said it might not happen, but the plan is for her to be there, and she has said she wants to be there. So Jamie Lee as well. Tyler Main, Scout, Danielle, Nick Castle. Trying to think. There's a lot. I guess from the new trilogy as well. I'd really like to meet Rowan Campbell if he's there. Team Corey, hashtag. James Jude, Alan Howarth, Dick Warlock. God, all of them. Can I say all of them? Kathleen Kenmont, Ellie Cornell. Yeah, all of them. Thank you. We loved having him. Blade or Underworld? I'm going Blade. I do not think Friday the 13th series will be coming till next year. How would you feel if Seven opened with Martha being attacked? Yeah, okay. You might be able to bring Sydney back that way too. Starcourt Food Court. We've talked some on IG. Hope you're having a good night. You too. You too. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. My goodness, guys. Yeah, no problem, Nathan. Would you ever come up to Flashback Weekend? It's in Chicago. Chicago's only like a 5-hour drive for me, so that is possible. If they had a really good lineup, probably. But also, I would never want to go to one of those things by myself. I went to Jesus Lord God. Was it Scarefest? Yeah, Scarefest, because Christian was going and some other guys from YouTube were going that I know. And so there were people that I knew. I had never met them in person, but I've talked to them so many times. I knew I'd be comfortable. I wouldn't want to go by myself. Pretty good trilogy. I'll check it out. Oh yeah, I would love to meet Jamie. Would you be comfortable answering the type of questions they ask on the Talk Scary podcast? Yeah. I mean, Christian and I have actually talked about doing episodes of Unita sometimes that are like kind of racy, because people have asked us like, oh, could you guys have we've literally been asked to do episodes from multiple people, like, oh, why don't you guys talk about like some of your like sexual experiences and stuff? Yeah, I'm an open book with that stuff. I got a lot of stories. So yeah, I'd absolutely be open to that. I'm not afraid of it. If Christian is, I mean, he says he'd be down. I don't know. I have way less of a filter than he does. Way less. I don't think Busta will be there, JDev. What's the best straight to DVD sequel of a mainstream movie? Oh my goodness. That's a good question. And yes, I am going to get the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game. Whew. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Wrong Turn 2 is good. I've seen some people say that. I like Leprechaun 3. I wouldn't say it's the best, but I do like Leprechaun 3. Oh man. Oh, I got it. Curse of Chucky. Said what I said. Curse of Chucky. I love Curse of Chucky. One of my favorites in the series. And I think it is a damn well made film. Like, I think it's just super good. I'd probably say Curse of Chucky for me. Love that movie. Only thing I didn't love about that movie was the doll design. Oh, the doll design. That's the only thing. But everything else, and not even for the whole movie, the redesign when the scars are covered up and everything. I'm like, why? But yeah, Curse of Chucky. Love it. Children of the Corn 3. Okay, that one's not bad. I've always said the first 3 Children of the Corn movies, in my opinion, are the only 3 that are worth a viewing. Everything after that, what do I think of the Cube films? I've only seen, I think I've only seen them once. Fine. I'm not, fine. I know that they have, there's a group of people that love them. I'd have to rewatch them. I didn't dislike them, but it has probably been at least 10 years, Sarah, honestly. Like, seriously. There's a lot of things I haven't watched in a long time. Terrifier 3, I would expect to come out in probably fall of 2024, I think. I do not think he's the dad. Hey, thanks, Justin. I appreciate that, man. I believe Cabin Fever 2 was straight to DVD. And that one's not bad. That one isn't bad. Favorite underground horror film? Well, what's the criteria here? Do you mean like takes place underground, or is like, kind of like indie, not well known? Let me know some of your guys's in the chat. Because if like we're being literal, I love the movie. What's it called? The Hole or Hole? I'm trying to Keira Knightley's in it, I believe. and they like it's like a bomb shelter almost. I think. Please tell me you guys have seen this movie. I watched it years and years and years ago, and I actually really liked it. And like they get locked in, and like they start dying. Like I remember one of the girls like dies, and they like I think she's like on an inflatable or something, and her body starts rotting or something. I don't know. You guys have seen it, right? The Hole. I'm not crazy. This exists. I've seen it. Keira Knightley is in the movie. I think it's Keira Knightley. Has anybody else seen it? My confidence level on Welcome to Derry, very confident. Love Machete. Um, love Skarsgård. That's all I need. And there's a lot of material from that book. Really, really, really confident in this movie. I think it's gonna be very good. Charlie, if I had to guess, I'm gonna say Scream 7 is gonna come out in the fall of 2024. I would say. Yeah, Thora Birch. That's who it. Yes. Yes. Okay, yes. That movie messed me up when I saw that when I was a kid. The gay parody. If it's called that, it counts. No, no. So it's with Thora Birch and Keira Knightley, guys. The Hole. Look it up. I really liked it. I believe Keira Knightley dies like halfway through the movie, and her body's like decomposing on the ground. And yeah, I really liked that movie. I did like it, but I also haven't seen it in like 15 years, so it might not be good. But you know, whatever. I liked it when I saw it on like HBO when I was a teenager. Holes with Shia LaBeouf. I like that movie too. I do. So, but yeah, check that out. I'll go with that. Honestly, maybe it's not overall my favorite, but like I don't feel like racking my brain, and I know it's not super mainstream. So, but yeah, yeah. Will I review Christine? That'll be coming sooner rather than later, yes, because I know that there is a remake in the works. So I would want to get that out before that remake comes. So that'll come sooner rather than later. I have not seen the jackets. Yes, I've watched Midnight Meat Train. I liked it. I thought it was a good time. Do you believe Tyler and Matt will return, or could Guy Busick? I personally, like, you guys want my opinion. Although I told you what I would want, I don't think Matt and Tyler are going to direct Scream 7. I just don't. I know that that's probably a bummer to to a lot of us, myself included. I don't think they're going to. They were on Dead Meat's podcast a week or two ago, and I listened to the episode, and yeah, it doesn't sound. I just from how they talk, it just doesn't sound like they're gonna be doing it. Because they're actually about to start working. They're actually about to go to set to film a movie for Universal that they're being pretty tight-lipped on, and then in the fall they're supposed to do Escape from New York, and I think Paramount's going to want to pump this one out. So I don't think they're going to be doing it. I really don't. But I hope I'm wrong. I really do. And I would gladly take Jamie or Guy or Kevin or somebody that's been involved in this trilogy directing it. That's what I would want personally. I freaking love the Backstreet Boys. Loved them. The first album I ever owned was Millennium by the Backstreet Boys. And I still listen to the Backstreet Boys. I loved their latest album, DNA, and their Christmas album, A Very Backstreet Christmas. Yeah. No, you guys are probably like, what? Yep. I love the Backstreet Boys. I have seen Hellbent. I did really enjoy it. Shia LaBeouf, Disturbia. I freaking love that movie. Love that movie. Probably my favorite Shia film. I have not seen Versus, but Piz was talking about it. He really likes it. Thoughts on the new Transformers movie? I'm optimistic. I liked all 6 of the live action movies, believe it or not. And I'm not saying they're all great movies, but I've had a good time with all 6 of them. A Transformers movie for me isn't made with the robots. Like, they're already going to be awesome. The action's going to be awesome. I want to be invested in my lead. And I loved Shia in the first three. I loved him, and I was invested in him. And Mark Wahlberg was fine in 4 and 5. I didn't dislike him. He was fine. So we'll see what. And then Haley Steinfeld, Bumblebee. I really liked her. So we'll see how Anthony Ramos does. But that's what's going to be the kicker for me. If he doesn't, if I don't buy into him, let's see. Yeah, I have seen Alice Sweet Alice. I enjoyed it. Favorite grunge band? Also, death metal. What did you mean by extreme? Give me some examples, because people's definitions might be different. Favorite grunge band? Oh, dude, I'm not a fan of that era of music at all. But I do like STP. Phew. I've never been a Nirvana fan. I might get canceled from some of you guys by saying that. Never have been. I liked Soundgarden. I like Soundgarden. Yeah, but I was never big into that era. So death metal, I think that they're fine. I think that there's an audience for that. And I think that if someone doesn't want to see a movie like that, then just steer clear. You know what I mean? Just steer clear. I think they have a place, and I think that every genre of film is appreciated by a group of people. And if it's not your thing, just don't watch it. Like, you won't ever see me shitting on certain genres just because I just don't watch them. Like, I just don't. And so I'm not going to talk bad about them. They're just not my thing. That's okay. Once you get into the ballpark of dumping on a certain genre or filmmaker or series or whatever it may be, that's just pretentious. And no, thank you. But do I like the grunge band Hole? They have some good songs, but I'm just not a Courtney Love fan. I'm just not. She annoys me. But I just was never into that era of music. I wasn't. And that was when I was a kid too, so you would think I'd have fond memories. No, it just never was my thing. I started with I liked late 70s, early 80s. That kind of metal and like not death metal, heavy metal, and really when that started. And then I liked the movement when I was in my later teens. The hardcore, post-hardcore, metalcore, that kind of stuff. I like a lot of that stuff too. And like everything in between, 90s rock and 2000s rock, never been a big fan of at all. Like, at all. Yeah, we'll see another Jurassic movie for sure. Like, without a doubt. The last one made $1 billion. So yeah, they keep making $1 billion. Yeah. Yeah, I was alive during grunge. I'm like 30. Come on now. How old are you? I do like Black Flag. I actually do. Finished You season 4 and thought it was decent, but it was okay. My least favorite season of You it might be 4, but it might be 2. My favorite is 3. My favorite season is 3, without a doubt. I love season 3, but I loved 4. I did. And they announced season 5 going to be the last one. Yeah, and Penn Badgley says you has to die, or Joe has to die, so he's probably going to die. What was my favorite of the big 4? Without a question, it was Metallica. My favorite band growing up. I still listen to them to this day. I looked up to James Hetfield. There were 2 vocalists when I was a kid and a teenager and young adult, really, that I just idolized. And it was Chester Bennington and James Hetfield. Absolutely. How many drive-in era proto slashers have you seen? Like, not many, man. Not many. That's really not an area that I've gone in deep into. I'm so ready for Stranger Things 5. I am so ready. First movie I remember seeing at a movie theater, probably Star Wars: The Phantom Menace. I was a little kid. Yeah, probably The Phantom Menace. I also remember Attack of the Clones. Yes, but that stuff still got play even when the grunge era was dying down. That's, I mean, bands weren't really making music anymore, but and still to this day, it's played on the radio all the time, all the time. Favorite death metal band? I've never been big into death metal. Really haven't. My younger brother Landon freaking loves death metal, loves it, and I've just never been huge into it, honestly. Um, I'm hoping we get it for 2024. I really, really am. Like I said, I'm rewatching season 4 right now because I think it's just like some of the best television I've ever seen in my life. So I wanted to watch it again. But it is an undertaking because it is quite long. Yeah, but I hate those bands, Cosmic. I do not like Korn. I do not like Limp Bizkit. I do not. I like Linkin Park came out of that, and as you can see, they're one of my favorite bands of all time. And they just released their second unreleased track from the Meteora era today called Fighting Myself, and I actually really like it. Best movie of 2023 so far? Ooh. It's Scream 6 for me, but I haven't seen a lot. So, but there's some bangers coming out this year, man. Evil Dead Rise, Saw 10, The Exorcist, or movies that I'm looking forward to. I'm cautiously optimistic. So we'll see if Scream 6 can stay there. Yeah, I do. I like the Deftones. I do. Guys, if you saw my library on my phone, okay, Piz, let me just tell you. Break Stuff, when I was a teenager, I listened to that song all the time when I was angry. All the time. Because I wanted to break stuff. So, but I never really was huge into them. I really wasn't. But I've always loved Break Stuff. That song, when you're a teenager with anger issues, oh yeah. Break Stuff. Oh, that song just hits. I have nothing against John Wick, Kevin. I never got around to seeing them. I don't know why. Unless it's an established action franchise for me, like, I don't know. Like, I didn't get into Mission Impossible till Mission Impossible 3, and now I love Mission Impossible. Like, I am so excited for Dead Reckoning Part 1 this year. So excited. But yeah, I like the Foo Fighters. I do. I am still emo, Omni. I am still emo. No matter what anybody says, I'm still emo. But yeah, I like the Foo Fighters. I like Dave Grohl a lot. I don't know what it was about Nirvana. It's just, I don't know. That era of music was just never one that I was huge into. That's okay. I mean, a lot of people love it, and it means a lot to them. And it was probably in their formative years, so that's a big reason why people like it. I totally get it. Totally get it. Oh, he is. He's a Limp Bizkit fan. Maybe ironically, I don't know. You'd have to ask him. But you're right, Cosmic. I'm not saying that, like, I hate getting into something when there's when you're behind that much. You know what I mean? But like I said, guys, I'm going to watch the 3 movies over the next week or so. And if I like them, I'm going to go see the 4th one. So give me a break. Oh, Kevin, I love System of a Down. I love System of a Down. God, they're so good. They were super important to me when I was a kid and a teenager. I love them. I love Serge's voice. Just so unique. So unique. Lonely Day. I love that song. Aerials. Love that song. Chop Suey. Toxicity. Yes, I love System of a Down. Love them. I was even a fan of Serge when he went solo for a little bit there. I did. I liked it. I liked his stuff because I like his voice. His voice is really unique. I also loved his cover of Godzilla for Godzilla King of the Monsters. I just love his voice. I really, really am. I really, really do. Why did I say really, really am? Well, from what I've heard, everybody says John Wick 4, like pretty much everyone is saying, is like one of the best action movies they've ever seen. The last movie I heard that about? Mission Impossible Fallout. Let me just say, that is one of the best action movies I've ever seen. Mission Impossible Fallout. I'm not even like a big Tom Cruise fan or anything like that. That's not why I got into those movies. Like, it's just like, I remember in 2007 it was '06 or '07, Mission Impossible 3. Like I saw a trailer during the Super Bowl, and it was a trailer. It was the scene where Tom Cruise is on the bridge and the missiles are coming and they hit and he like flies into a car and like busts the windows out. And I was like, oh my God, that looks awesome. So I went and saw it with my buddy. But before we saw it, he loved the first two and he had them on DVD. He's like, you got to watch the first two first, though. And I was like, okay. And from that point forward, I've seen every Mission Impossible movie in theaters, and I love them. I love them, and I think that they keep getting better. Like I genuinely do. Like I think the Mission Impossible movies, aside from 1 to 2, 2 is a step down from 1, absolutely. But I think 3 was the best in the series when it came out, and then Ghost Protocol was, and then Rogue Nation, and then Fallout. And I mean that. They just keep getting better. I love them. Love them. Oh yeah, Henry Cavill was great in that movie, but I loved how he died. Loved it. Yep, Mission Impossible will be out. What is that, guys? July? June or July? Best concert I've ever been to? Oh my lordy. This is an obscure one. A lot of you guys probably don't know that I like this group. Well, it's one guy, but he has like a pseudonym or like a stage name, whatever you want to call it, pseudonym. God, again, brain is fried right now. Owl City. He had an album just come out today, a new album, and I've been listening to it. I really enjoy it. I love him. I had a great time when I saw him in concert. But probably the 1 year on Warped Tour where I saw, when I was 18 or 19, some of my favorite like post-hardcore bands all in 1 year. Like that year I saw Issues. I loved Issues. Loved Tyler Carter. I saw Sleeping with Sirens that year, which is my favorite band. And they have been for like the past decade, and they were great. I saw Beartooth that year, and I loved Beartooth that year as well. And I saw Icy Stars that year. It was a stacked lineup, and those 4 bands, I love those 4 bands. And then I caught a little bit of Falling in Reverse's set, but I've never been a big fan of them. They have some good songs, but I think Ronnie Radke's a piece of shit. So never really gotten into them. But that was probably my favorite. Warped Tour was a thing, obviously, as some of you guys know. It's an all-day thing. There's multiple stages. But that year on Warped Tour, there's actually a video on YouTube of that year of Warped Tour when Icy Stars is playing. And you can see my buddy and I prominently featured in the video. Someone was recording just in the crowd, and I go back and watch that video sometimes just to look at myself at like 18 years old. With you think my hair has gotten long sometimes? Yeah, watch that video, see how long my hair is. Yeah, there's like a wall. We did a wall of death, and I'm like in the front. So in this person's video, you can see teenage me running into this wall of death, and we're all going crazy and moshing. And that year was awesome. I think that was 2012 or 2013. Loved that year. I love Eminem, J-Dev. I love Eminem. I love Eminem. You know, I never really listened to much of Evanescence as a whole Blu-ray, but obviously I love Bring Me to Life, the song that everybody knows them for. So, but yeah, I mean, my music taste is weird. I love Queen. I love The Cars. I love the Ramones. And then I can go, I love Metallica, and I love Dio, and I love Ozzy, and I love Maiden. And then I can go into the 2000s and be like, I love Linkin Park and System of a Down, Godsmack. And then I can go into the era that I'm in now with some of the bands I just mentioned. Prominently Sleeping with Sirens and Issues used to be a thing, but they're not a band anymore. Icy Stars, Beartooth, the Amity Affliction. I love the Amity Affliction as well. They have a new album coming out as well. God, if you are a depressive, check out the Amity Affliction. You will vibe to their music. I love it. I love their music so much. It is just, God, check out the Amity Affliction, guys, if you haven't. Judas Priest. I love Judas Priest. Rob Halford, his voice is incredible. Oh my God. Yeah. And my taste just kind of goes all over the place. I really like Coldplay. Yes, I loved Coldplay when I was a teenager. I really, really did. Um, yeah. Sleeping with Sirens is well, hold on. I've got their logo, the W with the slash through it, but I put like treble clef in there to kind of make it less basic, like to make it a little more unique to me, which the band actually shared like 10 years ago when I got this tattoo. So that was cool. They shared the picture. And then I've got their first album art tattooed on this shoulder, which kind of looks weird. And it's got the lyrics, "Don't give up because you're losing," from their song, "In case of emergency, dial 411." Yeah, I love Sleeping with Sirens. I've seen them in theaters 5 or 6 times. I took a class 1 year at Warped Tour for like 20 people. It was like $100 a piece, and you got to sit right in front of Kellen and Nick, the lead guitarist now, and for like an hour, and they talked about like, because it was for musicians. Like they gave advice and they gave stories, and you got to ask them questions. And I got to meet Kellen and get a picture with Kellen and everything like that. He's a sweetheart, but I had no idea he was so short. I'm 6'4", so you're watching their music videos and stuff. I was always like, looks like a normal guy. And then when I'm standing there getting a picture with him, I'm like, Jesus, I'm like a foot taller than you. But yeah, favorite tattoo I have. It's either the jack-o'-lantern from 78's Halloween, or let's see. It's probably that. Honestly. Or this one. This is a song from the band that I was talking about, Issues. It says "Never Lose Your Flames." It's honestly a great song, and it came out years ago. And even if it's not your genre of music, guys, it's a little bit lighter for them. It's not as heavy. Check it out. It's the lead singer of Issues, Tyler Carter, is bi, and the song in the music video is great. The music video is like a kid that's gay and like is like basically ostracized by his family for coming out and being himself. And the song "Never Lose Your Flames" is about like not losing yourself. Like, don't conform to what other people may want you to be. Like, be proud to be yourself and be open and just be yourself. And never run away from who you are. Like, embrace it and be happy with who you are. And so I love that song. It's a great message. It's a great music video, really moving stuff. And it was personal to the lead singer. And Tyler's engaged, and still waiting for him to get married, but glad he finally found happiness. But yeah, so it's a great song, and it's got a great message. So I think it's really important. It's not even just to that subject matter. Like, I just agree, like, no matter who you are, it's very timely, and that's why I wanted to bring it up, because like, but yeah, I love that. I love that tattoo. I do. It's very important to be yourself, always. Yeah, Three Doors Down. I did like Three Doors Down. I did. Believe it or not. But all right, guys, if you haven't liked this stream yet, please leave a like. It helps the algorithm. I would really appreciate it. I worked all day. I showered. I hopped on here. I'm going to play some Doom now. And then I'm going to go to bed and go work 11 more hours tomorrow. So to those of you guys that joined me tonight, I really appreciate it. There wasn't a lot of warning to me doing this, so I appreciate you all that came in. And I hope you guys have a great weekend, truly. And, stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. And Justin and I will be back Tuesday. So in just a few more days. And you guys rock. I love you all. Sorry I didn't get an upload out this week, aside from that short. But thanks for hanging out. Love you all. Have a great night. Pulling out. I said it. You knew I